Planning that perfect getaway is never easy, and while there are many places to choose from, you don't have to follow the crowds to have a memorable experience. Our travel editor Peter Greenberg dropped in with his picks of alternate destinations to help you get on your way. Peter, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so what have you brought for us? I see the first on this list, upstate New York, but it's not the Great Lakes.
No, we'll get to the Great Lakes in a little bit. This is not the Great Lakes, these are the Finger Lakes. There are 11 of them with names like Cayuga and Seneca and Oneida. They're Great Lakes because 600 feet deep in some spots, over 40 miles long in some others. You also have great rivers and ponds and waterfalls. And the other great thing about it is, it's in this singular triangle of, Elmira, Rochester, and Syracuse, cities that don't necessarily get a lot of visitors, but guess what? They got a lot to offer. And bottom line is, more than 100 wineries in the Finger Lakes. So you get to combine that with all the berry farms, the apple farms, go pick your own food. It's great.
There's some great swimming, too, under those waterfalls.
Absolutely.
Next, you say vacationers should head not to Chicago, but Milwaukee.
Yeah, see, I warned you about the Great Lakes because Milwaukee's got one. It's called Lake Michigan. It shares it with Chicago. It's only 90 miles away. Milwaukee's got a booming restaurant scene. It's got, in fact, in my book, it's the great airport of Chicago because if you look at the parking lot of Mitchell Field, 1/3 of the license plates are Illinois plates. They know. It's a secret field of Chicago. It's a great place to go because the airfares are lower in many cases. And, of course, let's not forget the craft beer and the Harley-Davidson Museum.
We always appreciate that you include what you can drink in every particular
I do this for Anthony. I do this for Anthony.
Well, speaking of drinking, instead of Napa, you're saying Washington.
Yeah, people forget that Washington State is the #2 wine-producing state in America. And they've got so many wineries, 800 wineries and 350 wine growers. So you have an opportunity here to really do it well and not with the crowds. The worst thing in my book is to go to Napa on the weekend. You're stuck in behind 17 buses. Why would you do that to yourself? Head north.
We're only halfway through the segment. I already feel drunk. You want an island getaway? I usually think of the Bahamas. You say try the Turks and Caicos.
This is where you get to go dry out. It's the alternative to the Bahamas because they've got their airlift problem solved. More flights there now, beautiful beaches, uncrowded, and they have a great program there for people who are dog lovers like me, where you get to adopt a dog, but if you adopt a dog, they pay for the transportation of the dog, they pay for the vaccination of the dog, and they fly it back for you. It's great.
Now, if you want to go for a longer vacation, you're saying instead of thinking of Greece, people should be thinking about Turkey.
Well, Greece is on everybody's bucket list. I'll give you that. Turkey's on my list. It's a great affordable alternate to Greece. And not only that, when you base yourself in Turkey, you get to go see all the Greek islands anywhere. They're so close. Much more affordably. Not only that, you've got a situation in Turkey where the airline has finally got their act together and hubbed Istanbul, where you can fly to over 200 countries in the world, when you think about it, destinations around the world just by hubbing in Istanbul, much more affordable airfares too.
One of my favorite vacations ever was in Turkey. The next pick is a little surprising to me. Instead of Scotland, you say it's a little further away,
just a tad.
Tasmania in Australia.
Southernmost island, and guess what? Most of the Australians will tell you, why would you go there? We never go. That's the reason why you go.
An Australian free island.
It is. And what's great about it is, believe it or not, they're now making, here we go again, single malt whiskey. That's what they share with Scotland.
Ding, ding.
No, that's what they share with Scotland. In fact, they just got voted the #1 single malt in the world. But better than that, they're dairies. They've got amazing organic dairies there that are producing cheese that you can't get anywhere else in the world. It's so phenomenal. And it's only an hour flight from Melbourne. It's a great way to add on to your trip to Australia.
Next week, best booze cruises in the world.
Yeah.
No.
Don't go there.
It would help with ratings, though, I will say. I want to talk to you about, instead of Italy, Malta, because I think the average person may not even know where Malta is.
Well, I'll tell you where it is. It's only an hour-and-a-half flight from Rome, and believe it or not, it's equidistant between Italy and Libya in the Mediterranean. Every country in the world has fought over Malta to control it because it's so strategically located with all the trade routes. But you want history? This is where you go. And I will not talk about the wine. Okay, I won't. I will talk about the history. They've got 3 beautiful islands there, and the fact that most people don't know where it is means you need to go because you're going to have great history there. You always have history in Rome. You want really interesting history, with the Knights of Malta, you check out Malta.
Peter, always a pleasure. Next time, feel free to bring Anthony a sample from one of these alternate routes.
You can't make this segment unless you got a good vineyard.
Peter, thanks.
You got it.